Your job as an MC is to prepare. You've got to be more prepared than any stand-up on the show, which means, and how do you do that? You show up early. You show up early, and you have a notebook to take all the notes. Don't walk up to one of the acts and go, I need your intro, write it down on this, or, but don't do that. Take control. You're producing the show. You've been called on to produce the show as part of the performers and to do the commercials. So you need to get to that venue early and ask questions. What are the rules? What announcements do you want me to do? You write those down so you got them. You get to the acts and you get their intro and you get their names and you get them correctly. And you write those down. So now you're prepared. You can go off by yourself and kind of get in your own circle, in your own head about what you're going to do. Sometimes if you prepare, you can look at their announcements, as I found out last week, and thank God I have more experience and I have lots of material, but I could work material into their announcements. They stay involved with the show. Watch it. Don't leave the stage empty. When that guy says goodnight or woman says goodnight, don't be at the back of the room working your way up front. You should be somewhere close by. Jump on that stage, take that mic, put it in the stand for the guy, thank him, get him another round of applause. Then it all starts all over again. Maybe you got more announcements. Maybe they want you to bring the headliner right up. But you won't know that unless you're prepared. Some clubs like you to kill a little time. Some like you to go from the feature act to that headliner right away. You've got to know those rules. And either way, it starts all over again. And you get the headliner's intro right, by all means. Always the headliner. He's the one that'll bitch the most, man. And I've done this since 1979, and I have very seldom ever found a really nasty person in the audience. I've found some that are drunk, and you almost have to treat them like a drunk friend and go, look, I understand. I've been there. I know exactly you partied a little too much, but I'm with you, sister, or I'm with you, man. If I can high-five them, I will. Just reach out and touch. Treat them with a little kindness. That way the audience knows you're trying to work with them. Because then, once they know you've turned the other cheek, if you do want to slam them, the audience is going to be with you. Oh, they're going to come right here. The worst thing you can do is slam somebody too quickly that they haven't heard. They don't know he's being an asshole. You look like the ass up here. Why did she turn to him all of a sudden and go, why don't you shut up? You got to let it out a little bit. But you can do that in writing stand-up. You can write something down, and what happened? And what happened? And give yourself a few choices of possible punchlines. Oh, sure. Yeah, sure. And it's okay to do stories in stand-up, but if you do it in a set-up punchline, you get some laughs along the way, or a damn good one at the end, because the audience, it's an investment of their time. If you're going to waste a lot of their time, it better be a great punchline. And then they're good with it, and they know that's your rhythm, and that's your character, and they're going to go with it. And they're going to listen to the next story. But boy, if it isn't there, if you talk for 2 minutes and that punchline's kind of, they're going to be looking at their watches like, when's the next person coming up here?
And what exactly is it for like you would look at callbacks? I figured that out.
Callbacks? Well, those are kind of things that just happen sometimes. I mean, you can look for them, but you look for similarities wherever you are.
I'm not saying whether I can or can't do it. I'm saying.
Oh, you can.
Why do people love that? I'm still trying to figure that out.
It's an investment in their time, and you're complimenting the audience. You're saying, now I can do a punchline to something I set up several minutes ago. I'm trusting you to understand it. And it's kind of like a personal little club, because not everybody is going to get it. Even though it might get a full room laugh, I'll guarantee you 20 or 30 people probably didn't quite catch that callback because they didn't catch the first thing you were listening to. But it's kind of like a personal thing between you and your audience that did. You're just like, good for you for listening the first time.